The second segment of the show for today, we're talking to KWalker and Ben Mathis about incarceration. Mr. Mathis spent more than 22 years on a convicted murder charge, and now he is out living life after life, which is the topic for the discussion today. Walker, let's see if we can sort of build back into some of the attitudes that we've talked about. You've had many opportunities to meet individuals that have been incarcerated and et cetera. Well, what do you find in reference to what really is the thing that they have to do in order to try to get out of the situation that they find themselves in?
Well, as I look back at my own life as well, Dr. Haney, being I'm an ex-offender myself, having served time in this Tennessee State Prison system, and going into that system, you know, at the time that I went in myself personally, you know, I had a mindset that, you know, I had so many different scattered sentences, I had no idea of how long I would actually be incarcerated myself. So when I went in, I didn't have a mindset that was really based upon any type of rehabilitation. You know, I've always loved to read and stuff like that, so of course I was reading and educating myself and things like that, but not with the purpose of actually transforming myself into a better person or a different person. That was not my goals for doing it. But in my experiences in going into the prison system and dealing with other people in the prison system, other inmates who have got that mindset that I want to better myself for the purpose of getting out and being better. You know, I find out that there's a starting point in there, and that's first of all acknowledging that, yeah, I'm here because of my own thought process, because of what I did. I got myself here, but what I need to do now is work on me, develop me, so that I don't leave here when I do leave with the same thought process that I had coming in here, because if I do that, then I'm going back, I'm coming back in the door, because the whole system is designed for me to keep coming in and out anyway. But I wanted to say something too in reference to the life sentence, and you know how that thing is structured as well, you know, and how that nowadays, if an individual get a life sentence nowadays, you have to do 51 calendar years before you are even eligible for parole consideration. So, but back then when Mr. Mathis called his sentence, life sentence, it was a difference. So I know people probably wondering how with a life sentence did you get out after 22 years? And that's the reason, because the sentence was structured differently. You could get out after serving, you're eligible for parole after serving, I think, 25 years or 30, was it 30 on that old life?
30 on the old life.
30, and then of course I think with yours was the good time, sentence credits and stuff like that.
Well, what were some of your thoughts when you first went in terms of how long you would be, and the very, very fact that you had almost never in trouble before, now you are literally cut off from many, many people. What was your mental attitude in reference to that?
My thoughts were, Dr. Haney, just to make the best of what I could do while I was there, and do, you know, just keep myself occupied, doing good things inside the penal institution, which I did a lot of good things in the institution. I brought a lot of people in the institution. The warden was one of my, he told me to do what I could do to keep things going. And this is what I did. This helped me a lot as far as going on through this system. Of course, you have your good days, you have your bad days too, you know, because you get called all kind of names, and you get called snitching and everything just because you talk to the warden or something, you know, but that's penitentiary life. And but a lot of times people just don't realize the things I did to help the system, the guys, because everything I did it for all of us, not just for myself. And on down the road a little bit, I got a chance to make a trustee, become a trustee.
How long had you been in before you became a trustee?
It was a long time. It was a long time. It was about 17 years before I became a trustee.
Now explain that. I understand exactly what it means, but explain it from your perspective, that being a trustee. What did that do to you?
Well, it meant a whole lot to me, except because of the fact I had a few more privileges. I could go outside, you know, and see people and meet people and do a lot of different things that the other people couldn't get a chance to do. They didn't have an opportunity to do what I did. And that made that helped me along the way as far as my incarceration, it helped me along the way. It helped me a lot because I learned a lot from the, as we call them, free world people. I spoke to a lot of free world people, asked a lot of questions about the free world. And it made it a lot easier for me.
So you were not entirely just cut off from the free world all of a sudden and forever, and now you had an opportunity to sort of re-emerge in that world.
To re-emerge with the people, yes, the outside people. I even had a chance to be up when they killed this guy on the death penalty. You know, I had a chance to stay up there with the warden. He wanted me to stay up there with him, and I didn't like it, but there wasn't nothing I could do. If he wanted me to be there, I had to be there.
I know that's right.
You know, so, but life has treated me pretty good since I've been out. I learned a lot in the penitentiary. I learned how to do a lot of skills, you know, like horticulture and commercial cleaning and different things like that. I mean, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't
there
all
was
bad.
some rehabilitative efforts on your part and on the part of the system itself to help you. Is that
Well, I rehabilitated myself. I don't think the system did, but it had nothing to do with it, Dr. Haney. You have to rehabilitate yourself because the system, they don't care. It's lock you up, throw away the key, and forget about you. That's it. You know, but the thing of it is, if you want to get out, you follow the rules, the regulations, try to keep your head straight, don't get no write-ups, and when you do get a chance to meet the parole board, you got a good opportunity, you got a good chance of being released.
How many times did you meet the parole board?
Once.
That was only time,
One time.
and you went straight through.
Straight through, by the grace of God.
So, which meant that you had a good work
I had
record,
a good
and a good
institutional
personal
record.
institutional record, and everything behind you. Do you find many other individuals fall in that same category that you knew at that time and fall within that?
Well, the ones that, a lot of guys that I knew, Dr. Haney, I know some guys been with up 6, 7 times and got turned away. You know, and they were good model prisoners, but they got turned down.
So it's a lot of things that add into that in terms of
a lot of things.
Very good. And of course, we're getting ready for this second commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll have about 10 minutes, and we'll give the two of you an opportunity to perhaps say something else about the system, as well as some of those individuals who might be stuck in the system today, might be in the system, not necessarily stuck in there, because for whatever reason that they might want to perhaps better themselves and come out. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.